Good morning, Aiken High. Today we'll be covering depression, an upcoming sport for this spring season, and the usage of computers.
We're live from the hive. This is AHS News.
Many people have been going through the motions this year due to COVID-19.
A plethora of people have been going through a lot behind closed doors. People have had hard times opening up about how they feel.
Here's Mrs. Lauren Blackwell and a few students discussing depression and their views on it.
On a typical year, I might have a few, but this year I've definitely noticed an increase of students who are struggling with some mental health issues. So some common indicators or symptoms of depression are typically thought of as withdrawal, a constant state of sadness, not really wanting to talk or be interested in the activities that the person is typically.
I think that mental health was a really big issue during COVID for a lot of people. And some people decided to tackle it and some people didn't. I had to spend a lot of time alone with my issues. I think that I really got to know my own brain, which I think was a good thing. So I think it impacted me in a good way, but also in a bad way.
Depression does this thing where it makes you feel like you're at the bottom of a pit and no one can hear you scream.
It's not a really happy situation. They're just having to stay home.
But it can also be a period of great happiness after a long period of sadness.
Overcome your problems, like getting a journal and writing down your problems, or having something like an outlet that only you can do by yourself. Just have that moment alone where you're like, hey, how we doing? Let's check in, just take a deep breath.
Just with a lot of free time, just having a hobby, some type of new habit or something, it's just good to indulge yourself in just something new with all the extra time so you don't feel bored. Just try, a lot of people, they try new stuff they've never done before. How some people started running, just different things.
All you have to do is reach out to anyone, to me, your teachers, one of the guidance counselors, your parents, your friends, and just ask for help. Because you'd be amazed at the people that love and support and care about you, and that will be willing to help you out.
Reach out to your friends and your family if you have any. Those are the people that care. Those are the people that are going to help you.
Just know that you're not alone in your problems, if that helps at all, because a lot of people are going through what you're going through.
So it's important to listen to our guts, and if you feel like your friend or someone you know is going through something, it's important to speak up and reach out. Anybody is welcome to come see me whenever they need to, if it's just to chat, or if it's to maybe talk through a panic attack, or if you just want to, sit in here with the lights off and breathe for a little bit. I'm always here to help.
Depression can be a hard hit, but speaking of hard hit, it's almost that season. Baseball is rolling around the corner faster than before.
Last season was canceled due to the pandemic, but that's not slowing down this season.
Here's Gary Asbill, head coach of the baseball team.
What aspects make a great student athlete? I think the student part is the most important part. After teaching a while, especially coaching, you see that not all student athletes necessarily love school, or school isn't always what they're most successful in, but everybody can be a student. So I think that the student part of it, whether you're in class, you're at practice, in a game, anywhere in life, the student part is the part that kind of relates to you learning steadily, even if what you're doing isn't necessarily your strong point.
Somebody that gives their all on the field and gives their all in the classroom first. You gotta put time towards it. When you go home, you gotta do your homework. You can't spend your time on other things besides that, really. So.
Well, it's a challenging aspect. There's a lot, really. I think the biggest one, and it kind of covers a lot of areas, is the idea of peer pressure. A lot of times it's hard to I guess, get on the same track with everyone else whenever there's so many different things tugging at you. So I think that just the idea of peer pressure and succumbing to, laziness and not wanting to really put forth effort is kind of the most difficult thing.
Probably trying to study and get good test grades along with all the homework and everything.
Just be a student. School might not be your thing, I get that, but in life sometimes there are things that we don't necessarily want to do. We have to have long-term vision. Don't necessarily look at how difficult this journal or how long this sprint is. Look at where that sprint or where that journal is going to take you. Don't look at where you are in short vision. Make sure you're looking out in front of you. Even when you're driving a car, if you're looking at stuff next to you, you're going to sway and deviate. If you look straight ahead, stay focused on your goals, regardless of what you're doing. If you enjoy it or not, it'll get you where you want to go. How balance teaching and coaching. Realistically, they're both full-time jobs, but I always remind myself that the reason I'm here realistically is for the teaching part. And of course, that's where your paycheck comes from. But the idea of teaching, coaching and teaching is the same thing. You're teaching people how to do things that they may not be accustomed to or that they are good at that you want to help improve. When I'm at work, I make sure that I am at work. I try to utilize all my time. A lot of students can tell you, they'll come try to find me 6 or 7 period, but usually I'm doing something to kind of get geared up for baseball or handling some kind of paperwork or grading or something. So I'm always making sure that I do not walk out of here until I have everything finished. So I don't have to go home and do it, and that when I'm at the field, that's where my mind is, and then when I'm in the classroom, that's where my mind is here. But the moment I walked in here to interview when I started teaching here was, it just felt right. It felt like a family. I was brought in and very much, just given the chance. Aiken's always been sort of a home to me. Having played at USC Aiken and graduated from there, and then eventually moving away for a little while and coming back, it all just seems right. From the moment I walked in this door, I knew some student athletes here that I'd seen growing up and worked camps with, baseball wise. Seeing those guys graduate, and then just getting a chance to create relationships with all students here, regardless if they play baseball or not, really gives me the chance to continue to cultivate that family feel, and it makes us feel more together. In the past, I've seen, especially when it comes to athletic programs, there's been some dissension there and division. I'm trying my best to kind of, we have a baseball program, but I want those guys involved in, going to other athletic events and doing other things extracurricularly that they can. So it's, I guess it's just the chance for me to help create a better, more positive culture is really the most important thing for me. And seeing the guys play on a daily basis and interact with one another, whether on the baseball team or not, it's just great. It all comes together, and that makes me happy.
I've played baseball my whole life, and it's something I'll keep doing the rest of my life if I could, but, it had to come to an end sometime, but I just love baseball. Just, try your best. That's all you can do, really.
Just continue doing things positively for the culture, whether you're a baseball player, football player, band member, chorus member, whatever you do. Do something positive for this culture, because this culture is going to help create a foundation for all you guys going forward.
Student laptops are very helpful during school and remote learning days.
Take a look at how students are using this new technology.
So far, since we've been back, we definitely have seen a decrease in the number of computers that are being used here in the lab. However, a lot of kids are still coming in to use the print function. We also have some teachers that, like if students have forgotten their laptops, they'll come down and actually work in the lab. But the numbers definitely have decreased because kids can work in their own classrooms now.
Well, because I teach computers, as you see, my classroom has computers. They don't have to use it during class. The only time they use it is when I need them to download any materials. So when they go home, in case they don't have any internet service, they still are able to type in and fill in the documents. And then they could, when they come back to school the next day, they could upload it once they get in the building, they could upload their work to Schoology.
I'd say that they work well enough. They're not like they're really slow, and they have everything at easy access and very capable of getting to what you need.
the laptops are where we need it to be. We're in the 21st century. You students, y'all know the technology, you understand the technology. As far as being able to work from home, to have every single child be able to have access to a laptop now is just fantastic.
Not for me in my class, because I'm pretty stern, they follow the rules, so because we have computers, there's no need for them to use them, so they don't take them out.
It's definitely added a new dimension to our skill set. However, it's a skill set that we did already have. As far as the laptops, it took a couple of weeks just to manage when we're sending out loaners, making sure that everybody has the correct laptop. Now that they've been dispersed, it's actually quite an easy process. We do have the knowledge here in the library to help fix as many problems as we possibly can, but we also have the technology team that can help with those problems that we can't solve in-house.
Well, I think with times changing, technology is important. I think students having the laptop is beneficial to them. It gives them, it's more likely for no excuse for them to have why they can't get their work done. I think we just need to look into financing, being able for them to have internet access, because that's mainly a lot of the problems.
The biggest thing is I ask that the kids treat it as their own property. It does belong to the school, and they need to treat it with respect, take care of it. It's a special commodity that we have been given as a school district, as a school, and as the student population, and take advantage of it.
And now for this week's announcements.
If you don't already know, we'll continue hybrid learning for at least the next 4 weeks.
Be sure to enter the Be My Hornet 5K run on February 20th at 9:30 a.m. Student entries cost $20 and adults cost $30, and it comes with a free t-shirt.
Report cards will be issued on Power School February 3rd.
There will be a varsity basketball game at 6 o'clock on the 26th, as well as a wrestling match against Airport and Midland Valley that evening.
Thank you for watching AHS News this week, and go Hornets!